I have two shades of this foundation. One is a little too dark and one is a little too light. So what I'm going to do is make a mess. Don't talk to the camera and pour at the same time. Hi everyone, Wygo Warrior here, aka Julie, and welcome back to my channel. In case you are new, Wygo stands for When You Get Old. I am 53 years old, love and enjoy makeup, skincare, doing product reviews, hauls, and unboxing videos. If you have stopped by because you are curious about the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation in the shades 120 and 105 Ivory look like on mature, dry, fair skin, then you're in the right place, and keep on watching. Alright, so we have two shades today that I'm going to be reviewing. One is the 120 Classic Ivory and the other is the 105 Fair Ivory. Now, Maybelline is notorious for coming up with multiple shades with the name Ivory in it, and it gets really hard when you're fair. Ivory is a shade that works well for fair skin tones. However, I find Maybelline has their Classic Ivory is often too dark for me. So if you're curious what these shades look like and how you can always mix them to get a more accurate shade, then I will be demonstrating that. Okay, so now it's time for the try-on portion of the video, my favorite part. I cannot stand being on camera without makeup. So I am already moisturized and sunscreened and primed. Today I am using the Revlon Photo Ready primer. Normally I prefer a dewy primer. However, since this foundation claims to be dewy and smooth, I want to check out actually how dewy it is. Alright, I will also be doing one side of my face with a brush and the other side with a beauty sponge. That way you can see how it performs based off of your preference. Alright, if you're curious about the shades, I'm going to insert some swatches. Alright, starting with today's swatches, we have the Maybelline Fit Me in 105 Fair Ivory. Next over is the Maybelline Fit Me in 120 Classic Ivory. Next to that is the Dream Urban cover from Maybelline in 120 Classic Ivory, followed by 112 Natural Ivory, also in the Dream Urban cover. And last we have Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate in the shade F3. As you saw in the swatches, I have two shades of this foundation. One is a little too dark and one is a little too light. So what I'm going to do is make a mess. Don't talk to the camera and pour at the same time. I'm going to mix the two in order to get a shade range that is more adequate for my skin tone. However, if you have a similar skin tone to me and are curious what 120 versus 105 looks like, let me just put a little on my cheek so you can see. This here is the 105 and this is the 120. 120 is a lot darker, but 105 is a little too light. So if I mix the two together, I will end up with something a little closer to what looks good on my skin tone. Now, my biggest complaint with this is old school foundation. No pump, no paddle, no doe foot, old fashioned perfume bottle, like just, and you gotta be careful because it will go all over if you aren't paying attention. This foundation does oxidize, so keep that in mind as well. I made a big mess. I got it all over my hands. I'm just gonna spread it on my face and then go in with a brush and a beauty sponge. This foundation is nice. It's very affordable. I believe I got them both off of Amazon and they were $5.48, something along that price point. I will link the price on the screen. I originally got the 120 Classic Ivory, which was too dark, but it was so inexpensive. I decided to get the other shade and then mix the two. So mixing the two is a really good shade for me. It's very lightweight. It is a little tacky. I choose not to use powders. I have very dry, crepey skin, and I find powders emphasize that. If your skin needs a powder, I would definitely say this is a type that would bode well with a powder. I personally choose not to do so. I would say the coverage is medium to medium high. It's doing a good job of covering my hyperpigmentation. I can still see freckles, but this is an above average drugstore foundation off of my first impressions. It does even have SPF 18. Now that's not a lot. You should always use regular SPF, but I love when a foundation, in addition to the SPF I put on with my skincare, has some SPF as well. Alright, let me know, have you used this foundation before? Am I once again the last to jump on the train? This is fairly new, I believe. It's only been out for maybe a year. I love Maybelline makeup. I am wearing a new, to me, Maybelline mascara, the Total Temptation. If you're curious, check out my video. Maybelline in general is a fantastic drugstore makeup line. They have spectacular products, super affordable price. I recommend you never purchase anything by Maybelline at full price because there's always a sale, either at Ulta, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. Can never go wrong with a drugstore brand such as Maybelline, and particularly take advantage of any coupons or sales going on. All right, let's see how this builds. I think my coverage is perfectly fine, although I'm curious how it builds up. So let's just add another little dot, mixing the two colors, and see if it builds. It built nicely. It doesn't look cakey. I'll do the same on the other side and then come back with the full face of makeup and give my final thoughts. Okay, so here are my thoughts on this foundation. It's super affordable. It comes in many shades. Now, my one complaint is Maybelline likes to toss the term ivory around. I'm gonna link or list all of the shades that have the word ivory in it, and yes, it can get a little confusing, but they're affordable enough where if you shop online like I do, screw up, just order a lighter or darker color, mix them together. Is this the best foundation? No. Is it dewy as they claim? It's a little dewy. I would say it's more satin than true dew, but it doesn't make my skin look dry. It is annoying that there is no pump. These are glass, so they're very heavy, so not the best for traveling. Will I buy them again? Probably not. Mainly because I have so many other foundations I'm going through. In a pinch, would I buy them? Yes. They're very affordable, like $5, $6 range. Again, never ever pay full price for Maybelline or any drugstore brand is my advice to you. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Thanks, everyone.